As we approach Mardi Gras Day, we thought it'd be fun to look at some of the amazing traditions that make the holiday so special. All that coming up here on Big Easy Life. Now, the carnival season, and Mardi Gras Day specifically, is built on tradition. But tradition is a funny thing.
It's very strange.
Yeah, it changes with time and trends. Today we're going to look at some of those trends, new and old, that make the season what it is. If we missed any you think we should mention, please leave a comment below. We'd love to do another episode where we talked about all the things we mixed. That's right. So in no particular order, here are our traditions. First up is Mardi Gras beads and throws. Probably one of the most well-known Mardi Gras traditions. The beads, or throws as we call them, having been passed out since the 1920s, when Rex and a few other crews began handing out tiny trinkets to the parade followers. The original Mardi Gras beads were made from glass. Occasionally, if you're lucky, you can still catch a crew throwing one of these vintage beads. Today, cups, toys, and moon pies, of all things, are popular throws. Some crews have a coveted signature throw, which is typically handcrafted by crew members. Some of the most prized catches of Carnival include glittering shoes from the crew of Muse, bedazzled purses from the Mystic crew of Nyx, and yes, even sparkling coconuts from the Zulu parade. I'm a fan of the Mystic plunger from the crew of Tux. Next up is Mardi Gras balls. Every year, each Mardi Gras crew prepares a lavish ball to take place during the carnival season. The balls date back to the 1800s, long before the parades began. These were very private affairs, even secret in some cases. While today some hold invitation-only balls, many are now ticket events open to the public. So a tradition I know you're all looking forward to is king cake. By far the most delicious of New Orleans Mardi Gras traditions. Between 12th night, which is January 6th, and Fat Tuesday, you can find king cakes lining the walls of grocery stores, bakeries, and just about every place you can find. I've even been in gas stations where you can pick up your king cake. Traditionally, a New Orleans king cake is an oval-shaped coffee cake, braided and covered in icing and sugar the color of Mardi Gras, purple, green, and gold. A small plastic baby accompanies each king cake. Due to the choking hazard, most king cakes now come with the baby doll on the outside, allowing the buyer to place it inside the cake wherever they wish. King Cake Custom demands that whoever cuts the slice of cake that has the baby in it is king for the day, and they also have to purchase the next king cake. There's always a downside to being king. Our next tradition is Mardi Gras colors. The traditional, and now official colors of Carnival are purple, green, and gold. The colors were selected by Rex in 1872 to honor the visiting Russian Grand Duke Alexis Romanov, whose house colors were purple, green, and gold. These royal colors are each symbolic. Purple stands for justice, gold for power, and green for faith. Next up is Mardi Gras masks and costumes. By law, all float riders must wear a mask while parading in New Orleans. On Fat Tuesday, masking is legal for everyone else, and many people do elaborate costumes, wigs, or masks to celebrate. It is said that during Mardi Gras in 1827, a group of students donned colorful costumes and danced through the streets of New Orleans, emulating the revelry they observed while visiting Paris, starting this amazing tradition. Flambeau carriers. Now, back in the 18th and 19th century, electric lights were not available. So to illuminate the parades, festival organizers conscripted torchbearers. In the early days, typically slaves or free African Americans, to march in front of each float. These days, the tradition continues, though it's more in the name of spectacle than anything else. Floats. At the center of the Mardi Gras celebration is the parade float. Today, Mardi Gras floats come in large sizes and are outfitted with elaborate decorations, including larger-than-life papier-mâché sculptures and flashing LED lights. Many super crews have a signature float that rolls every Mardi Gras season. These signature structures tend to consist of multiple double-decker floats attached to one another to create a train-like look. Speaking of trains, in Orpheus, they have a train called Smoky Mary as one of their signature floats. These floats haven't always been that intricate, though. The first floats appeared in the mid-1800s as decorated horse-drawn carriages and wagons. Rex still uses these amazing floats that have wooden wheels, although they are pulled by tractor. Mardi Gras Indians. Mardi Gras Indians may be one of the most mysterious aspects of New Orleans Mardi Gras, particularly to visitors to the city. Tribes were formed by African American communities who were excluded from traditional parades and crews, and they typically poke fun at crew royalty and governing structure. There are 30 to 40 Mardi Gras Indian tribes in New Orleans today. The tribes compete to see who can make the most elaborate suits of handmade costumes, incorporating thousands of feathers and beads into their outfit. Watch us in the future as we plan on doing a full episode just on these amazing groups. Handing over the key to the city. Rex, the King of Carnival, is an entirely honorary position. Each year, though, the mayor of New Orleans anoints a distinguished New Orleans local in that position to be king. According to legend, this tradition stems all the way back to 1872, again when the Russian Grand Duke was here. The role of Rex was meant to honor the Grand Duke, and it continues to this day. The idea of parades in general. Though Mardi Gras itself stretches back to the early 1700s, or even, according to some historians, 1699, parades didn't take off until 1837, when costume revelers took to the street to celebrate Carnival. We talked about them earlier. For about 20 years, these parades ended not unlike a post-Super Bowl parade, mildly violent and majorly destructive. For a time, New Orleans even considered banning parades. That was until 1857, when the Comus crew cleaned up the act and provided Mardi Gras parades could be conducted as purely revelatory affairs. Lastly, float houses. A new tradition that started in response to parade cancellations in 2021 is the invention of float houses. This idea started as a way to help the artists that build the floats every year and were out of work due to the cancellation of parades during COVID. As with many things in New Orleans, anything worth doing is worth overdoing. So a few houses being decorated on St. Charles Avenue turned into over 1,000 local homes in the metro area. You should go back and look at our episode on those. They're amazing. I, for one, think this is a tradition that will not only stay around, but grow as time goes on. Well, we hope this makes you long for the Mardi Gras season and all of its traditions. We encourage you, that's right. We encourage you to come visit and partake in the traditions and even make some up of your own. It's always family traditions are a good thing, right? If you enjoyed this video and this information, if you find it interesting, please take a moment and subscribe to the channel and give this video a like. Take a look at our website at www.bigeasylife.org. And as always, thanks for being part of our Big Easy Life.